All right, ladies and gentlemen, today I'm gonna do a little cleanup on some Craftsman. Looks like mostly Craftsman sockets. There's a couple in here. I think that's S&K. There's a few in here that might be ruined. This one, it's thin on one side. It's rusted pretty bad. I'm going to stick a couple of these in Evaporust, and then the rest of them I'm going to stick in the ultrasonic cleaner. And yeah, there's a PNC. So there's a few, but most of these are Craftsman. So I'm going to clean them up, see what I get. I'm doing a project. I'm getting all my Craftsman sockets together, and going to do a little project, show you guys what I'm doing. But anyways, I'll clean these up, give them a few light polish. Should make them look pretty good. But like I said, the ones that are rusty, they're going in the Evaporust, and the ones that are really clean, they're going into the ultrasonic cleaner. So we'll see what we get after a while. All right, ladies and gentlemen, today I'm working on a Ratchet Craftsman, older school. I say older, it's probably mid 80s. It's a 43784, and I've got a bunch of sockets that I've put in Evaporust and rinsed off, and some of them need a little polishing, and a lot of them are actually Craftsman sockets. So I thought I might as well polish all these about the same time. And this thing, it's okay. It's dry. I can tell it doesn't. It's clicking too hard. So I figured I'll just give it a once over before I take it and polish it. Oh, my other needle nose pliers are outside. Got a project going on outside, and I forgot to bring them in. Come on, get out of there. Hang on, ladies and gentlemen. I may have to take two hands here. It may just not dry. It might be dirty because there's looks like packing dirt in there. Yeah. Hang on a second. Let me get a better pair of needle nose. My second favorite pair of needle nose pliers. These are a pair of Max. Did I get dirt on them again? Anyways, man, I like these. But I redid these too. All right, why doesn't this come out? Is it? Man, that is stuck in there. I may have to. I am having difficulties, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, makes up for my day going real good today, so. Huh. I cannot get this loose. it should just come right apart like that. It's filled with dirt. Filled with dirt. It's gritty. There it goes. Yep. The wet is the WD I just sprayed in there, but it's full of dirt. Alright. It needed some cleaning. Whoever had this one left it either in a dirty, nasty toolbox or probably dropped it and never wiped it down real good. Now there's a little clip on the back side right here we need to get off. These normally aren't this hard. I'm making it hard. Come on. Yeah. See the dirt? Just packed in there. Now, there's a ball bearing down in there. Get a close-up shot of the ball bearing. Normally, you can do, if you're going to do this, do it in a, if you've never done one, do it in a Ziploc bag, a 1 gallon Ziploc bag. But when you pull this out, see the ball bearing fell out? If you keep your finger over the hole, it'll shoot out in this cavity and won't go anywhere. But this time it's not going anywhere. But there's a little tiny spring under there. Right there. It's actually in good shape. I can see the ball bearing. And normally what I do, so I don't lose it, put the ball bearing and the spring on this magnet and set it aside so I don't lose it. Now from here, all these pieces, let's back up. You got these little clips. I clean them off. I use carburetor cleaner. That's my go-to. That's just what I use. You guys can use naphtha. You can use whatever you want. Soap and water, it ain't gonna hurt nothing. I use carburetor cleaner. That's because that's what I was told when I was a kid. That's what I've used as an adult, and that's what I use to this day. It's just some people don't like carburetor cleaner. If you have contacts, I don't recommend it unless you're wearing safety glasses, because it will melt your contact lenses. Some brands, not all brands. And I know from experience. Don't wear contacts anymore, but yes, I know. I'm not wearing safety glasses if you don't know at the moment. You can't see me, but I'm not wearing them. And this one was packed with dirt. I think I got less than $1 in this. I have almost no money whatsoever in this thing because I bought it with a whole bunch of other stuff at an online estate sale. So literally have pennies in this. I'm under $1. I'm not sure what I think this one was like $40 or $36 this estate sale that I got total in. See the difference just with a little carburetor cleaner? And then I'm going to take this fiber wheel. Nah, I'm not going to take that one. Got a smaller one? Yeah. Just give it a light polish. Groove's clean, no grit, no sand left in the groove. Now I just need to kind of wipe this down here in the bottom. Actually, it's like stained. I thought it was dirt, but hang on, I got a little brush on this one. See if it'll fit. Yeah, that's it. It's just packed in there, I guess. I mean, you could have rinsed, for you got old timers that use gasoline, you could have used gasoline and just soaked it for a little bit, came back and just let it dry and shot it with WD and probably would have been fine. And for those of you guys that don't know, back in the day, my dad was guilty of it. He used gasoline to clean everything. Gasoline, WD-40. Dad made his own remedy of we'd treat raw wood with linseed oil and turpentine, make a bath, 50-50 mix, and we would that's how we would treat lumber. I don't know if you can do that anymore. That's cleaner. Look at there. Look at that side. This thing's gonna work like brand new now. See? The inside's actually in really good shape. We'll look at the gear here. No broken tooth. It's got debris. Yeah, that gear looks good. Let's rinse it off a little bit. All right. Aha, I'll show you something. Come on, focus. Broken tooth or worn. I don't think it's completely broken. It's not going to affect the use, but it is worn there. See that? Looks like it's the only two that's done that. Yep. You can see some wear on the top there. You can see the wear points. But these two definitely have problems. We can put it better under the magnifying glass and see how bad the damage is. Definitely chipped a little bit. So I want to look at this paw here. See how bad this gear is. It shouldn't affect the use unless, about the only time I could see it might make if I hit that spot when I'm putting a lot of torque on, I'm using it to its capacity. This is in good shape. Usually if you have something, the outside one's the one that usually causes the problem. But these are in good shape. This paw's in good shape. I think, let me see if I can find, yeah, that's where it's, come on, focus, there you go. It makes contact pretty good. I don't see an issue there. Yeah, best thing to do is put this thing back together and see how it works. So let me finish cleaning this up and then we'll go put it back together. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and throw a light polish. I'm just gonna polish this, and the top part. Just do a light polish. But I've got a bunch of sockets to do too, so I'm gonna use, probably use this fiber wheel here on a couple of the sockets, because that's what the socket looks like. So I'll run it over, get some of that off of it, and then clean them up. Most of them though, except for one, I'm not sure why somebody, and this is a Craftsman, what is this, 9/16, and they ground it, I bet they ground it down to fit in something. It's weird why you would do that, but I do know that people make things to fit, and that's probably what they did right there. Anyways, I got a bunch of sockets I'm gonna polish at the same time, so that's what I'm gonna do. Oh, if I didn't make myself clear. Run them over the fiber wheel first, then polish them, and then throw a little coat of wax on them just to help protect them. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I am going to put this thing together. I did a light polish on it, didn't do a really good job. I kind of left the scratch marks on the sides. It's a good used tool. I wanted to show you, look down inside there. I gave it a light polish and see what happens. See the black stuff in there? That is polishing compound. Trying to see what I'm doing here. That's polishing compound. It gets down in there and it bakes in there. Well, it just gets stuck. Anyways, clean this up real quick. Well, there's still some little bitty bit stuck down in there. Okay. Now, let's put this thing together. I got the spring and the ball bearing on my magnet. No, it's not the carburetor cleaner making me cough. Damn, allergies are killing me lately. All right. We'll put the spring. Let me get some grease. Let me get situated. All right. Yeah, maybe you can see it better this way. The spring goes in that hole. And what I'm gonna do is put a little bit of grease down on here for metal to metal contact. Stick a little bit in that hole. It'll be just fine. Come on, come off of there. Down in that hole, right there. And for those of you who've seen my channel, this is repeat. For those of you who haven't, take a bobby pin. Just about 3/8 bend it over. Now on the 1/4 inch, I would grind this down a little thinner. See how thick it is? Just grind it down a little bit with the Dremel. It makes it easier. And what I do, real simple. Now, this has got a slot. This receives that slot. This is your mechanism that turns it left and right, okay? It's universal, doesn't matter. Just put it in there. Gear, teeth, and all. Come on, come on. Just like that. Really easy. See? Now I can pull this out. Well, so I can pull it out. There. If I ground that one down, I got another one's a little thinner. Like I said, if you grind it, you make this part thinner, then it fits easier, especially in your 1/4 inch wrenches. There, focus. I think it focused. Hard tell. Anyways. Now, real simple. Put a little bit of grease up on top here. Metal to metal contact. I put a little grease. You can put oil. If you guys like using oil, use oil. There's no law out there saying you have to have. I know people say you have to have that super lube that Snap-on uses. Back in the day they oiled these things. They just put 30 weight motor oil in them. They had oil ports in them. I've got some ratchets old enough that have the oil ports. I grease them. These, did I get, it goes that way, yeah. These I have a problem with. I don't know why, but I do. Sometimes it's just easier to squeeze it with my fingernails. Well, hang on, I'm gonna get a flat tip screwdriver. Tell you what, I'm fighting for no reason. I'm just gonna center this. See what I'm doing? Put the ball bearing at the bottom. don't have to fight it up in the corner. That's what I was doing. See, I can do it up on the edge, but I knew what I was doing. I was fighting it. There, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. Works just fine. Now this, real simple. I put a little bit of grease on everything, metal to metal contact. If you want to pack this thing full of grease, by all means go ahead. It's not going to affect it. But the only thing it does is collect more dirt. That's it. And if you've gotten this far of taking one apart, well then you can take it apart and clean it again. It's not going to hurt anything. The grease makes it quieter. I'm putting grease on the big gear. Now this is the one that had a little bit of damage on the gear, but I don't think it's going to affect the use any. Slather a little bit of grease on the top edge here, which probably too much now that I look at it. Now to drop this in, take your selector switch on this side and move it halfway. Oops, sorry. Just center it. What that does is allow the gear, the paw down there, to be in the center, and you can drop it in just like that. And then you can flip it over to one side. Wiping off the grease. There is definitely too much grease. I'm not a heavy grease person. It has a place. See if I can put this in with my fingers. It's real simple. Nope, obviously I can't. All right. Yeah, there again, screwing up. There's a ridge where that ring fits, and of course I'm making it harder than it should be. I'm a man, what do you expect? My wife says I screw up when I wake up in the morning. Well, thought I had it there for a second. All right. It's not supposed to be this hard. I'm making it this hard. Now I can get my fingers starting to get a little greasy. All you need to do I am having a hard time with this and don't know why. Well, now it's outside the ring. One side was outside the ring. I was doing real good. There. It's not that hard, guys. I made it that hard. It's one of those things, sometimes you just make trouble for yourself. Now I got grease all over the part I just polished. See, that's another thing. I don't like the feel of grease on my hands. When I'm working on something, no. My tool gets greasy when I'm working, I stop, wipe it off. Selector switch works. See how quiet that is? That is a good used tool. And like I said, there's 2 teeth on there that looked a little chipped, but it's not going to affect the use of it. It's not going to hurt a thing. Not at all. Ooh, well, that came out quick. Like I said, I gave it a light polish on the handle here, and I'm almost done with all the sockets. I just threw all this together to do it all at one time, but it's a 43784. It's 7-inch. This is what these are, 7-inch. Yeah, these are 7-inch ratchets. Simple. They came in a lot of kits. They were standard in a lot of the kits. It's a line V. I'm not sure who made it. I didn't pay much attention. I don't care. It's a good quality tool. It's American made. It's an older quality, probably mid 80s. Now it's old. You know, it's some of these tools like that are getting into 50 years old, but they're still usable. I've got maybe, I don't know if it came out of the estate sale. I know it did. It came out of one of the estate sales. I don't know which one, but it doesn't matter. At less than $1 in it, so it's worth the time and effort, guys. If you find this stuff like this, take your time, clean it up. You don't have to polish it like I did. Just clean it, wire wheel it, use a wire brush on it, take it apart, clean the inside with a Dremel tool if you got it, or just carburetor cleaner and a pick and a screwdriver, and then put it back together with some grease or oil if that's what you want, but it's a good used tool. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not going to be the end of this video because I think I got to finish all them sockets. I'll show you all them sockets. I guess I should have done that all at one time. Oh well, I'll be back in a few minutes. I wipe it off. If I get it wet, it'll be fine. 7/8. I've got 5/16, inch and 3/16, another inch and a quarter, and an inch and an eighth. I think I have now. I know I do. I got a whole set of 3/4 inch sockets. SAE. I'm working on the metrics now. So I got plenty of sockets, large stuff to work on tractors or like end bells off of a chiller, or the bungs or the end bells on a boiler. I have the tools for it now, and it's taken me a couple months, about 6 months to gather what I got. And I'll probably have to show a video on what I got. It's taken me a little bit of time to collect them, but I have pennies in these, literally. And I know they're not American made, they're Chinese, but I don't use these. These are not, well, that's a Taiwan actually. You don't normally use this stuff on impacts. If I did have to use something this big on an impact, I'm in trouble. That's just this. I don't think this stuff, this Chinese stuff, is that high